Good afternoon and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today is October 22, 2024. We'll be having our pre-bid conference for 5 infrastructure projects. D25 MS009, 0052, 0059, 0099, 0108. So, calling all contractors natin sa labas na gustong attend ng pre-bid, pwede sila magpasok dito. Then before that, we'll be having our opening prayer to be led by Mr. Alan Impreno.
So, let us pray. Lord, ask you for your guidance. Guide each one of us as we tackle our big conference this afternoon. We wish that you should grant us enough knowledge to comprehend all our undertaking this afternoon. This we ask through Christ our Lord.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alan Preno. Of course, we are always asking the guidance from the Almighty. And then, once again, good afternoon. Respect and gratitude to the to everyone, especially to the back members, to the back TWG, to the back secretariat, to the end user, the planning and design section, and now to all the contractors watching us live or via YouTube, also with us face to face. Welcome to this pre-bid conference. And then the agenda of this pre-bid conference, first is the explanation, presentation of the basic contract data, including contract restriction, ABC, and the duration of the projects, to be given to us by the planning and design sections. Here with us is Engineer Apanhani Kimamau and Engineer Sarah. And then after that will be the back, and also represented by the back secretariat will be explaining the requirements of the bidding documents, including the instruction to bidders, general conditions of contracts, the special conditions of contracts, and then the document to be submitted by the bidders. Also, he will discuss to us the post-qualification, post-evaluation of the projects. No? So after that, we'll be having the questions, comments from the bidders and the replies of the back. Then we will tackle other matters and then summary of proceeding. So for now, the planning and design section will give to us the basic contract data, including specifications, drawings, bill of quantities. So let us welcome the planning and design section in the person of Engineer Apanhani Kimamau.
Thank you, Sir Rasleen. For a while, sir, kasi mali yung mga
for the information of everyone, this pre-bid conference should be conducted scheduled 10 o'clock in the morning. But the Sokilco tower post near the office was destroyed by a storm. So we have just recently bago lang tayo nakailaw, so ngayon lang tayo mag-umpisa ng pre-bid conference.
Again, good afternoon. So, I'll be discussing project with a contract ID 25MH0009 with a project name construction of road slope protection structure along Awang Upile Bacalamansi Palimbang Sarangani Road with a station of 2008 plus 789 up to 2012 plus 108. Located at Palimbang, Sultan Kudarat, with a physical target of 6,590 square meter and a duration of 293 calendar days with an ABC amount of 144,750,000. So this project consists of multiple construction of road slope protection along this station stated in the project name. So this is the location map of each of the section. This one up to this. This project has a total of 11 sections. So again, this is some of the general notes, construction notes, abbreviations, and symbols found in this DED plans. This is the summary of quantities. We have here the provision of field offices for the engineer, provision of 4x2 pickup type service vehicle, project billboard, signboard for DPWH and COA, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization and demobilization, as well as clearing and dragging for the under the earthwork, individual removal of trees, removal of actual structures for the main PCCP, and shoulder, removal of actual structure obstruction, PCCP for the shoulder, and removal of structures or obstruction, concrete structures, existing concrete structures in the location, unsuitable excavation, embankment from barrow, subgrade preparation. Then under subbase and base course, we have the aggregate subbase course. For surface courses, so may papalitan tayong mga main PCCP and shoulder. That's why we have PCCP and reinforced for shoulder and for the main PCCP. Here we have reinforcing steel, grade 60, and reinforcing steel for grade 40. This, I think, is the works for canals and the catch basin. So, dito natin nilagay. As well as the structural concrete for its concrete components. Here we have the pipe culvert, catch basin, ship pile for the slope protection, steel ship piles, and the concrete slope protection. And then we have miscellaneous structures such as trees, furnishing and transplanting, and of course single-armed solar LED roadway lighting with 9 meters pole. So this is the volume of the RC slope protection, volume of cut and fill. So this is the, what do you call this? Yes, station quantity, yes. And then we have here the typical section for the two. We have two different sections. We have here the 6-meter type of structure, concrete RC slope protection structure with sheet piles. This is 6 meters. And we also have here the 9-meter RC slope protection with steel sheet pile. Here for the construction of its PCC or its pavement, we have here the typical plan of 2-lane pavement, and we also have widening at some section of this road slip structures. So this we have the profile and its plan and profile of each section. So as what I've said, meron po tayo 11 section for these projects. So 11 location along 2008 up to 2012 station. Here we have the detail of the reinforced concrete lined canal. So meron po tayong tatanggalin and meron din po tayong dudugtungan ng mga canal or drainage canal sa location. Here naman is the head wall, details of the bars of head wall, and then you also have here yung section, schedule of grading structure for RCPC, kung saan lang nakalagay, or kung saan station lang nakalagay, or section nakalagay yung RCPC natin. So this is the typical details for the head wall of the RCPC. Here we have the design requirements for the RCPC. So, dito natin mahanap ang mga required na design components for the RCPC. Then we have the catch basin, the details plan and detailed cross-section of the catch basin and its RCPC connection. This one is the details of the RCPC. In this project, we used 910mm diameter RCPC. Here is the details for the catch basin as well as its bars and the schedule of its reinforcement. This one, This one is meron din po tayong retaining wall at some section of this project. So, naglagay din po tayo ng retaining wall for the landslide na side. So, it's 2 meters height reinforced concrete, and this is its details. Next, we have, this is the first structure cross-section. This is 6 meter height reinforced concrete retaining wall or reinforced concrete slope protection with concrete blocks and as well as its 8 meter height sheet pile. So, ayun. And then, nakalagay din po ang station kung saan lang pwedeng i-apply itong height or itong RC structure na ito. And then, we have here, well, this is another layout for the 6 meter height reinforced concrete. This one is the 9 meter height. So, 9 meters RC slope protection with an 8 meter height steel sheet piles. So, ang ginamit po natin dito, sheet pile is Z-type steel sheet pile. Z-type steel sheet pile. And, ayun. Actually, isang section lang po ang ginamitan ng 9 meters. The rest is 6 meters. So this one, here we have the details for its cross-section. Kikita po natin dito ang area ng cut, fill, area ng item 200, 311, and PCCP ng main PCCP and the shoulder. So, yan. So, from page 25 up to so yan, detailed cross-section from page 25 to at least, this is 32 pages of cross-section. Since meron tayong 11 location or sections na paglalagyan ng structures natin. So ayan, may 32 pages na. So finally, from 25 to 56, page 56. So that I think is cross-section pages now. And then we have here, of course, some miscellaneous structures. We have street lights, and this is the details of the post, and of course the components that our solar LED street lights should have. And of course, the schedule of street lights, on what location, what side of the road should be installed, and what location na pwedeng i-install yung ating street lights. By the way, sa street lighting, ang makikita lang po natin is yung solar LED roadway lighting as well as yung post niya. But then, yung concrete post and yung footing, makikita natin dun sa 400. Dun po nakalagay yung sa structural concrete and yung sa structural steel, yung components ng post natin. Then, we have here the traffic management plan. So, ito po is the longest section since we have 11 location, 11 sections. This is the longest, and this is what we decided to have a typical section. Since hindi naman po sabay-sabay work, or if sabay-sabay naman po, 1 or 2 lang po. So this is the typical traffic management plan. And of course, yung mga installed na mga roadway safety signages. And then we have signages pa din. And then yung safety gears ng ating mga workers. And of course, yung details for the billboards for COA and as well as for the DPWH billboard. So, ayan. Then, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, General Panari Pinipimamo. Of course, to all contractors, you can also proceed also to this office for further queries sa ating planning and design section. And also, makikita din po ito sa ating PhilGems. Naka-post na rin po ito sa ating PhilGems. Pwede nyo po scrutinize, then you can come to us if you have any comments and suggestions. Kung may mga mali, siguro kasi hindi naman tayo perfect. If there are mistakes in the plans, so you can also come to us and we will see to it that ma-actionan yung inyong mga nakikita. So, next stop is the buildings. So, bibigay sa atin yan ng ating planning engineer. Nandiyan mo pa Engineer Sarah Jane Makasindik. So, you can take the floor, Engineer.
Once again, good afternoon po. Especially yung dito po ngayon kay Chief Ashri, to the back staff and members, and to our viewers, good afternoon. By the way, I am Engineer Sarah Jane P. Macansindi, and I will be discussing to you the 4 EPB projects. First, we have the 25M80052, construction completion of multi-purpose building, Barangay Magsaysay, Esperanza, Sultan Kudarat, with an ABC of 1,980,000 and with a duration of 90 calendar days. This project is the completion of the gymnasium of the Barangay Magsaysay. Here, the main scope of work of this project is the expansion of the stage, which is on the left side and the right side of the existing stage. Here, this is the perspective of our project. And the site development plan and the location map. Next, we have the floor plan of the stage here. This is the right side and here at the left side. Next, we have also here the elevation for the rear and front. The typical side elevation and cross-section of the stage, schedules of doors and windows, and its description, the reflected ceiling plan of the expansion of our stage. Next, we have here the roof plan, the details of the ramp, section detail of the toilets. Here. Next, we have the foundation plan, the roof framing plan, and the details of our trusses, beams, ceiling, wall footing, footing to column, and beam detail. We also have here the general construction notes for our guidance. And we also have here for our plumbing works, the water line layout plan and sanitary and drainage layout plan. We have also here its isometric view, the detail of our septic vault and the typical detail of our connections of pipings from vertical to horizontal. Next, we have here for electrical works, we have the lighting and the power layout plan. And for this page, we have the bill of quantities for the project. We have here the provision of field office for the engineer, permits and clearances, project billboards and signboards, occupational safety and health, mobilization/demobilization, structure excavation for common soil, embankment for roadway or structure excavation common soil, gravel fill, structural concrete, reinforcing steel, grade 40, formworks and false works, CHB with reinforcing steel, carpentry and joinery works, finishing hardware, aluminum glass windows, sliding and opening type. For doors, we have flash and wood panel. We also have here ceiling, glazed tiles and unglazed tiles, cement plaster finish, painting works for masonry/concrete, wood and steel. We also have here the fabricated metal roofing accessories, flashing, gutter, and pre-painted metal sheets, long span roofing. For structural steel, we have also here trusses and purlins. For metal structure accessories, we have bolts and rods, steel plates. And for plumbing works, we have sewer line works, storm drainage and downspout, septic vault, plumbing fixtures, cold water lines. And for electrical, we have conduits, boxes and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breaker and lighting fixtures. For the next page, we have here the geohazard map of the project. And lastly, we have the project billboard for DPWH and COA. For the next project, we have here the 25MH0059, construction completion of multi-purpose building, Gymnasium Barangay Villamor, Esperanza, Sultan Kudarat, with an ABC of 1,980,000 with a duration of 90 calendar days. This project is intended also for the stage of the gym, which focuses on the dressing room of the stage and with comfort rooms. This is our perspective, the location map, and the site development plan of the project. Here we can see the existing structures and the proposed design dressing room floor plan, and the designations of the doors and windows, the details, dimensions. We have also here the elevations, the rear, left, front, and right side elevation, the longitudinal section and cross section, and the reflected ceiling plan, the schedule of doors and windows, schedule of floor and wall finishes. Next, we have the general construction notes, the detail of the end cover 1 and 2, the column and beam layout of the proposed dressing room, and the details or section details of the beams here. Next, we have the details of ceiling, detail of bird, the detail of the stage parapet, and we also have here the wall floor connection detail here. Next, for the plumbing works, we have the sanitary and drainage layout plan, together with the detail of the connections, the water layout plan, and the isometric views of each layout, the detail of the septic vault, the layout of lighting and power for electrical works. We have here the schedule of the load schedule, and also we have also here the geohazard map. For the quantities, bill of quantities, we have provisional field office for the engineers, rental basis, permitting clearances, project billboard / shine board, occupational safety and health, mobilization and demobilization, structural concrete, reinforcing steel, grade 40, formworks and false works, CHB, including the reinforcing steel, 100 mm thick, carpentry and joinery works, finishing hardware, aluminum glass windows, sliding and awning type, flash doors and wood panel, ceiling glazed and unglazed tiles, cement plaster, painting works for masonry, wood and steel. We have also here pre-painted metal sheets, long span roofing, structural steel, the metal structure accessories such as steel plates. For plumbing works, we have the sewer line works, storm drainage and downspout, septic vault, plumbing fixtures and cold water lines. For the electrical, we have the conduits, boxes and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breakers, and lastly, we have the lighting fixtures. For the last page, we have the typical or the detail of our standard project billboards for DPWH and COA. For the next project, we have the 25MH0099, construction completion of multi-purpose building, gymnasium, Barangay Kiadsam, Senator Ninoy Aquino, Sultan Kudarat, with an ABC of 2,475,000 with a duration of 90 calendar days. For this project is intended for the completion of the gymnasium of Barangay Kiadsam that focused on the features located at the right side of the gym. This is the perspective view. The location map and the bill of quantities for these projects are provisions of field office for the engineers, permit and clearances, project bill for/shine board, occupational safety and health, mobilization and demobilization. For earthworks or for the civil works, we have the structure excavation from common soil, embankment from roadway/structure excavation, common soil, gravel fill. For finishing other civil works, we have the structural concrete, reinforcing steel, grade 40, formworks and false works. For the finishing other civil works, we have CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel 100 mm thick. Finishing hardware, cement, plaster, finish, painting works for steel only, pre-painted metal sheets, long span roofing, structural steel for trusses and purlins, metal structures, accessories for bolts and rods, and steel plates. And for plumbing works, we have the storm drainage downspout and downspout. Next, we have the geohazard map of the project here. Next, we have the floor plan here. You can see the existing gymnasium and the proposed bleacher at the right side here. Next, we have the section elevation 2Y and the front elevation. The sectional elevation 2X and the left elevation. And the detail of the end cover, the perspective view of our basketball stall. Next, we have the general construction notes, the beam layout plan, and the foundation plan here. Next, we have the detail for the roof framing of the bleacher and the roof lawn, together with its detail or spot detail for the roofing, the connection of the roof and the purlins, and the splicing of these purlins and the umbilical doors or the trusses. Next, we have the detail for the girth, the detail of the bleachers or the reinforcing details for the bleachers, and the reinforcing details for the footing 1 and column 1, and the beam detail. Next, we have the typical detail or the detail for our COA and DPWH standard project billboard. Lastly, we have here, for the next project, we have here the 25 MH 0108 construction completion of multi-purpose building at DPWH Sultan Kudarat 2nd District Engineering Office, Libak, Sultan Kudarat, with an ABC of 16,660,000 with a duration of 235 calendar days. This project is intended for the completion of our 3-story building, the DPWH 3-story building office. Here we have the site development plan of our project in our compound, the location map, and we have also here the interior perspective located at 3rd floor, which is our food court here. Next, in here, the interior perspective for our fitness gym, conference room, waiting area, lunch and printing area, working area, and for scene 1 and scene 2. Yes, sir. Fine. Next, we have have here the perspective view or the facade of our building here. Next, we have here for the interior, we have also here the plant box, location and its detail. The interior detail, which where the interior perspective that I shown earlier here. Next, we have here the interior perspective for the signages of its for planning and design section at the second floor. We have also here the furnitures descriptions and details or the specifications. We have also here our conference room detail and its fixtures, materials, and accessories. Next, we have also here for the chief section detail or interior chief section detail of the offices here in the furniture. We have also here the furniture and the interior perspective. Next, we have the key plan or the location of the fitness gym and our food court at the third floor here, together with its spot details and materials and accessories. This is for the gymnasium. We have here the equipments. We included equipments for the gym in its details. For our food court, we have here the food court counter here at the center, together with its detailed dimensions, materials, and descriptions. We have also here for the detail of the furnitures and accessories in our food court. Next, we have the detail for our clubbing, which is located at the rear, left, and right side of the building. Next, we have also here the auxiliary layout plan for the ground floor, second floor, and third floor in its riser diagram here. Next, we have the hazard map or geohazard map of our project. For the bill of quantities of the project, we have here the provision of field office for the engineer, permits and clearances, project billboard/signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization and demobilization, structure excavation for common soil, embankment from roadway/structure excavation common soil, embankment from borrow, gravel field, structural concrete, structural reinforcing steel, grade 40, formers and fault works, soil poisoning, CHB of non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel 100 mm thick. Carpentry and joinery works, finishing hardware, aluminum glass window, awning type, the ceiling. First, we have also here ceiling, waterproofing, glaze tiles, wall cladding, wall, aluminum metal cladding, cement plaster finish, reflective insulation, wood tiles, painting works for masonry and wood, steel, structural steel, storm drainage and downspout, septic bowl, plumbing fixtures, network cabling, CCTV system, and lastly, we have also the lighting fixtures. And for the last page, we have here the standard project billboard for DPWH and co-op. And that would be all. If there is any questions and clarification kung galang po sa office para magtanong. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Makasindi, for the representation. We now proceed to the next agenda. The documents to be submitted by the bidders. Of course, we are using the two envelope system. One is the technical proposal and the financial proposal. So under the technical proposals, the technical component envelope, the Class A documents, legal documents, the valid PGFs, registration certificate, it should be platinum membership, registration certificate, DTI, personal proprietorship, cooperative CDA, cooperative municipal document, and mayor's permit or business permit issued by the city municipality, and tax clearance for EO number 398 series of 2005. Again, I'm reminding all prospective bidders to please update your eligibility documents at the CWA Central Office para po maiwasan po natin yung delay ng ating opening of bids. And we have here the technical documents, of course, the statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature. Reminder lang po sa ating prospective bidders na dapat dinidisclose po ninyo lahat ng inyong ongoing projects. Otherwise, mag-iiwan po yan ng disqualification. Next, the statement of bidders single largest completed contract or the SLCC, similar to the contract will be except for the commission provided under the rules. And we have here the PCAP license or special PCAP in case of joint ventures. Next is the original copy, again, original copy of bid security in the form of surety bond. So with also certification issued by the IC or the Insurance Commission. Or the original copy of notarized bid security declaration. And also we have the project requirements which shall include the following. Organizational chart, kasama po yan, yung list of contractors, key personnel, dapat po yung mga accredited po ng Department of Public Works and Highways, yung project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, and the foreman to be assigned to the contract to be bid. Next is the list of contractors, major equipment units which are owned, leased, or under purchase agreements. Supported. Again, it is supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor, vendor for the duration of the project as there is many. Again, kailangan natin ng proof dito kung sa inyo ay proof of ownership, pagka naman red, meron din pong certification of availability of equipment from the lessor or the vendor. Next is the as per the DEO number 11, series of 2017, yung ano po natin, yung inclusion po natin ng minimum testing, materials, equipment, and the technical component of the bid. Dapat nakatouch nyo. And original duly signed. Again, duly signed omnibus or statement, yung bagong form po. 10 items po yun. And if applicable, in case of corporation, partnership or cooperative, original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, or the joint venture po ito. Next, we have the financial documents. First is the prospective bidders audited financial statement showing, among others, the prospective bidders total and current assets and liabilities stamp received by the BIR for its duly admitted and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should have been later than 2 years. Next is the, of course, the prospective bidders computation of the NFCC. Next, under financial documents, yung class B, English na po ng joint venture. Dapat you design joint venture agreement. Isasabihin niyo po yun. In accordance with RA 94566 in its IRR. Or the unitarized statement from all the potential joint venture partnership stating that they will enter into and abide with the provisions of the GPA in the instance that the bid is successful. Next in below is the financial proposal. Of course, yung financial proposal should compose of the original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form. Pinaka-important po yung bid form. Other document requirements in the area of report is duly signed bill of quantities of the BOQ. The duly accomplished detailed estimate form, including a summary sheet indicating the unit price of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. And the last document is the cash flow by quarter. Before we end this agenda, again, event po natin ulit yung ating mga contractor, mga prospective bidders para po sa po yung opening bids natin. Dapat po updated po yung inyong eligibility documents sa central office through CWA. So let's proceed to the next agenda, the criteria and procedure of eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, cost qualification, and the award. So, alam naman po natin na pamilyar po yung ating mga bidders dito sa tinatawag na CWA o ito po yung Civil Works Application. Ang ano po natin yung electronic eligibility ay piniprepare po ng CWA, subalit ito po ay electronic. So, bago po tayo electronic eligibility check, nagkatanda po muna tayo ng contract profiling. Dito sa contract profiling, dito po natin ini-input yung mga basic contract data. For example, the most important is the contract ID, the contract duration, contract name, major category, etc. etc. Ito po yung magiging basihan ng system natin para ma-determine po yung bidder for particular contract ID if eligible or ineligible. So, bali, automatic po yan. Bali, system po yan. Ang nag-check mo niya. Yung pong ating eligibility check ay almost done simultaneously with the opening of bids. Habang po yung mga back members na nag-open ng technical proposal, tayo naman po ay nagaganggap ng electronic eligibility. Only those bidders who have purchased the bidding documents and at the same time draft their bid envelope for particular contract ID, ayun lamang po ang makakasama sa electronic eligibility processing. So kahit po bumili kayo kahit po meron kayong resibo, hindi naman kayo nag-draft, so hindi pa kayo makakasama sa electronic eligibility processing. Para po maging eligible bidder po tayo, dapat si bidder should pass the electronic eligibility. So, dapat pasado po dito sa electronic eligibility, and the technical and financial envelope must also be complying against the corresponding checklist. So, meron pong checklist yung ating technical envelope, meron din pong checklist ang financial envelope. So, bali po ang BAP po ay gumagamit po ng non-discretionary pass-fail criteria during opening of bids. So, ito po yung non-discretionary pass-fail criteria, ito po yung presence or absence of documents based on the checklist. So, dapat pumasa kayo ng electronic eligibility, and at the same time, yung inyong technical and financial proposal should also pass the pass-fail criteria during the opening of bids para po kayo magiging eligible bidder. So, in cases of motion for reconsideration, pagka mayroong mga request for reconsideration, if the BAC found the said motion is meritorious, we submit request for unlocking together with the supporting documents to the CWA Central Office. So, nagsasabit po kami niyan pagka mayroong request for motion for reconsideration, And pinaproport po namin yan sa CWA Central Office. Tapos sa CWA Central Office, bali ini-evaluate nila yung ating request. Kapag ka po yung request natin is granted, so ini-inform po nila tayo through text or call na grant na po yung ating request for reconsideration and that we can rerun again the eligibility processing. So bali nagbibigay po sila ng advice na o sige, pwede nyo nang i-rerun yung electronic eligibility processing for that particular contractor or bidder, I mean. So after opening and reading of all the technical financial proposals of the bidders for all contract IDs to be bid, preliminary investigations of all submitted bids will follow until the lowest bidder is determined. So pag mapansin nyo, yung lowest bidder, agad-agad, makikita po natin during the opening of bids. Siyempre siya po yung pinakamababang bid, kaya po siya ang lowest bidder. Pero I would like to remind our bidders na pagka kayo po ang lowest bidder, hindi po yung guarantee na sa inyo po ma-award yung project. Kasi po, after nung preliminary investigation of bid, magtatanda po si Technical Working Group ng detailed evaluation to determine the lowest calculated bidder. So from lowest bidder, magaganda po si DPWH ng detailed bid evaluation to determine the lowest calculated bidder. So pagka kayo po ay naging lowest calculated bidder, again, hindi po guarantee yun na sa inyo ma-award yung contract. Kasi after ng detailed evaluation, ang lowest calculated bidder magkakanda po ng post-qualification si TWG. So pagka yung lowest calculated bidder na post-disqualified, si TWG magkakandak ng post-qualification sa second lowest bidder. Pagka sa second lowest bidder na again na disqualified, si TWG will proceed to the third, fourth, so on and so forth until such time na ma-determine yung lowest calculated responsive bid. So pagka meron po tayong lowest calculated responsive bid, dapat i-issue resolution recommending award to the lowest calculated responsive bid and to be approved by the head of the procuring entity. So, nire-remind ko lang po yung bidders natin na these projects are under the early procurement activity. So, usually, short award po tayo dito until na ma-approve yung lahat. So, pagka meron po kayong mga questions and queries or concern, ini-acknowledge po namin kayo na pumunta po sa back ng DEO or pwede niyo pong i-chat yung aming mga members ng DPWH, ng Magsaysay para po ma-open po yung inyong concern, and we will assure you na we'll try our very best to address your concerns. And that will be all for this agenda. So we proceed na to the next agenda set. Lahat po to check yung mga questions and comments from leaders and replies. Baka merong so lahat po tayong queries and comments sa inbox po natin. So again, we will proceed now to the next agenda to be the other matters to be presented to us by of course, head of the Magsaysay, Engineer Dimen. Sir, the floor is yours.
Good day po. For the other matters to be discussed, please be reminded that the the technical components envelope for the financial and technical must be 3 copies. 3 copies, 3 clear copies to be submitted during bidding. And reminded also regarding the if there is an erasure or erasure during the preparation of the bidding documents, it must be signed by the contractor. So if there is no other matters also, so let's proceed to the summary of proceedings. For the summary of proceedings, the agenda is the private conference. This private conference is opened by our BAC chairman, Sir Hasrin Alanka, together with the BAC members and the technical working group. For the call of attendance by Mr. Alan Prino. And for the next topic is the brief presentation, explanation, the following, the basic contract data represented by the Engineer Sara Makasindig and Engineer Kimamao for the presentation of the plans and specification drawings. And next is the documents, the requirements of the bidding documents, including the instruction to bidders to be submitted by bidders, discussed by Mr. Alan Prino, the technical component envelope, the legal documents and the technical documents, and the financial documents and the financial proposal. And also the topic, the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification, and award. For this project is EPA, early procurement activities. And next is the question and comments from the bidders and other representative of procuring entity. So kita natin sa screen. Being sir? Being none? Okay. So that's all sir for the summary of proceedings. Also for the additional for the other matters, please inform that this project contract 25MH009 construction of road slope protection structures along Awang Upi, Diba, Kalmansik, Palimbang, Sultan Kudarat. This project had a supplemental bid bulletin number 1. the pre-bid conference from October 18, 2024 at 10 a.m. Amended provision of bid documents under the supplemental bulletin. Moved to pre-bid conference October 22, 2024 at 10 a.m. And the receipt of by the back of bids, the deadline of drafting is on October 31, 2024. Move to the deadline of drafting on November 5, 2024. Okay. So opening of bids October 31, 2024 at 10 a.m. Opening of bids to November 5, 2024 at 10 a.m. This addendum is issued to modify or amend the bid documents. This shall form an integral part of bid documents for information guidance of all concerned. Signed by our back regular member. To our board members, DWG, and back secretariat, I hope that this pre-bid conference is already done. So I hope that there is no matters to discuss. I want to close this pre-bid conference at exactly 5:46 p.m. in the evening. Thank you, sir.